What's going on, you guys? If you're new here, my name's Morgan and welcome back to another video. So I actually kind of like doing these type of videos where I talk about my day and what's been going on, which I guess you could call them diary videos, not like vlogs, but more diary videos. It's just, I do enjoy doing it, especially when something actually interesting happens or something like kind of tragic happens. Eventually, maybe I'll set this up for a different channel, but right now it's not really the right time to do that. I have learned that the hard way. That managing it the way the channel is so small right now, it's just not something very possible for me to do. But we got hit by a big storm. And that's really what the video is about today, is we got hit by a major storm. So I posted, I think, pictures. I think I've posted pictures on TikTok of the storm that we got hit by recently. It was this storm, the storm before this, so it was about a week ago. I was sleeping. It was about midnight, and we were getting this bad storm, and suddenly this branch, well, it's more than a branch. It was pretty thick. It was hard to pick up by myself. Slammed into the side of the nursery, which the nursery is over here to my left. Slammed into the side of the nursery. Rosemary jumped up like she was ready to just absolutely go ham because she thought somebody was trying to break into the house. So we got hit by that. So that storm, that wasn't even the worst storm. So about 2 days ago, yeah, it was about 2 days ago, we got hit with a major storm, just out of the blue, nowhere. It was a pretty day, blue skies, no problems, and I get a text, because my parents had just been out here helping me handle that tree. I get a text from my parents that they say, okay, you need to bring everything in because we're about to get hit with a bad storm. So I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing to worry about because everything is inside, and everything I can't bring in, belongs outside. Well, what do you know? Bad luck strikes. So I'm parked outside. I have my car and my truck. And I'm parked out there. Everything's fine. The wind's blowing real bad. And I peek out the window, and these branches are all around the truck and around the car. So I go outside and check everything. And here's a picture of what it looks like, right? How it looked. Here's the picture. If I haven't posted it, here's the picture. So all these branches are down from the tree beside me and in my yard and in the neighbor's yard. So, horrible, absolute nightmare. Well, I go out the next day, I'm taking trash out, and I see glass outside. I'm like, why is there glass outside? So I throw this bag away in the trash, and I go around my car. The back window of my car, my Ford Edge, had been busted in by branches. Not by branches. It was a pretty thick branch, which here's more pictures of the branches and a video of what I was cleaning up. I covered up my license plate, but so y'all can see what I was dealing with. Busted in the back window of my car, like the actual back glass, not like the passenger, the back seat passenger doors, like the back glass. So that was really, really lovely. And as I'm cleaning everything up and looking at the damage, the neighbor pulls up, the landlord for the neighbor's house. And the tree beside me is completely dead. And I knew it was the branches from the tree that tree that did it, because it didn't match the branches from my tree. So he pulls up and he's looking at it like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that happened. I'm like, yeah, it's bad luck that the tree fell. Part of it was a dead tree. A lot of it fell out of the tree and hit my car. And it's like, okay, well, I'll help you out. I'll pay for it. And of course you're going to pay for the damages. It was your tree, your dead tree in my yard that you could have cut down by now. So he's like, okay, well, I'll pay for it. Whatever. Well, he comes back an hour later when he's coming, or 2 hours later when he's going to clean it up. Oh, I don't think it was my tree. I think it was your tree. It was not my tree. The branches were too thick to be my tree. It wasn't even branches at this point. It was an actual part of the tree. The tree was dead. It was part of the dead tree, and the bark was different compared to the tree that I have in my yard. So there was no way it was my tree. Now, what scratched up my truck was from my tree, but what broke in the back window of my car was not my tree. It was your tree. So I'm like, okay, you know what? At this point, whatever. Completely shattered the glass. My car is wet. I have to go get it detailed now. I got to replace the glass anyways. So now I got to go replace the back glass, which that's $280 from your tree that you had in your yard that you could have cut down. That was your tree. But what I'm beginning to realize is a lot of landlords don't feel responsible for that in this area. My landlord won't fix it, even if it was his tree, because he didn't feel responsible for cutting the tree back. The tree's hanging over the power line. Don't care, won't cut it back. The sewer line has been broken. They finally repaired it enough for it to last for right now, and until it has to be repaired again, won't fix it. Half the sockets in this house are broken, won't work, won't fix it. I could go on the list, and everybody knows because I've made horror house videos. Everybody knows how I feel about this house, and you know the landlord next door is actually a real estate agent. I have his card, and he's been talking about wanting to help me find property because I think I bought a house. My friend's selling their manufactured home for 15 grand, which is actually in really good shape, and everything's been upgraded. And he's like, "Well, I'll help you find property and everything, but you won't fix the car that your tree broke the window, a dead tree, but you want to help me find a property." That's not going to happen. I'll find somebody else to help me find property because you can't take responsibility for that. I don't want your help. I don't want to be involved with you. You can't take responsibility for something you could have fixed and caused that you could have stopped from happening. I don't want anything to do with you. So at this point, you know, it's like bad luck just keeps striking me, and I'm absolutely miserable with this right now. You know, I've got a lot going on. I think my fridge broke, my freezer. I don't know. I don't really know. I can't tell. It's so weird what's going on with it. I don't know. The whole thing is just so weird. But the fact of the matter is, you know, it broke my tree. It broke my car. The hatchback is dented from your tree, not from tiny branches, from this big thick branch, big thick log of a branch, fell on my car, and it matches your tree, but you won't fix it. You know, whatever. At this point, whatever. If you fix it, great. If you don't, I don't want anything to do with you. You know, I've been I've been nice. I didn't expect him to fix it until I realized it was his tree, and that's when I started looking at everything. I didn't expect anybody to pay for it to begin with, but the fact that this was your tree, you know, I figured that my landlord, if it would have been his tree, he should have fixed it. Your tree, you should have fixed it because y'all. I mean, it's just so much that you know you don't want to fix that you don't want to take responsibility for. Is what I realized. It seems like that's where I keep ending up every time. So I'm ready at this point to buy a house because if it's my responsibility, you know what, that's my problem to fix. But if it's something that you should have been responsible for and you don't fix, you know, it gets to me. It's aggravating. You know, even looking over my lease, it's your responsibility to fix the tree, to cut the trees back, to cut the trees down. For the fridge, won't do it. So there's just so much I'm frustrated with right now. But the car thing is a big deal. And you all saw the pictures of the back glass. That is absolutely horrible. I got to figure out what to do about the carpet in the car because now it's soaked. And I have stuff over it right now so it stays, you know, dry. But that's not the point. You know, here we are. We're in a predicament here, and it's just a nightmare. I'm so frustrated with it right now. But anyways, that's been my day for the last few days, and it's not getting any better. So yeah. I'm gonna go get it fixed here pretty soon, hopefully. Next paycheck, I'm gonna go get it fixed. But anyways, yeah. Talk about bad luck. Here comes hurricane season. Hurricane season hit June 1st. Here we are, guys. Here we are. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as usual, you guys, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Wish me luck and some better luck. See you guys later.